In this video, we're going to talk about your stack during an emergency situation. We've had two catastrophes here within a month. The western part of North Carolina has been devastated from Hurricane Helene, and Florida just got flattened with Hurricane Milton. I have talked to people that lived out that way towards North Carolina, and the one individual was not really in an area hit that bad. Okay, he wasn't in the mountains. I kind of know where he lives. It was on the edge of this before Asheville, but he did get in contact, and he said the whole town is wrecked. Power lines are down. There's no electricity. You can't pass the roads because of trees and down electrical lines and stuff. He wasn't in the areas where the road, the hill, your house is gone type of activity. But he was telling me what happened. And he knows I make these videos about metals, so he had to throw this in. What happened was no electricity, no cell phone service. So to go out and just, get food, water, something if you found a store that wasn't devastated, or buy gasoline for your vehicle to escape, flee, whatever. Cash only. So no debit cards, no electronic payment, no nothing. And he said, my precious metals, my gold and silver are worthless. The bank won't take them. People won't take them. Okay? It's all just cash. You have to have that. And like most of us, how much cash do you have lying around the house? Because having cash lying around the house, much like having precious metals lying around or holding on to them, can be stolen. And we're talking things washed away, bridges washed away. All right. So it looks like in a situation like that, your stack, really, in emergency, isn't going to do you good. Even this nifty idea of gold backs, which is another one, it's, instead of paper money, you have an actual value in gold. But when a lot of stackers find out that the value of this is double, the premium is like 100%. So, when there was $2.50 in gold in here, people would want $5. When I bought these were like, depending on how many you bought, $3.50. So if I get somebody to get me $4 for one, I was making 50 cents. Now I guess with gold up high, the value of this is like $5.40 or something. But what do you do with it? Banks won't take it. People selling gas probably won't take it. It's a nifty idea, but don't work. So if I went and said, hey, gold's $30 or silver's $30 an ounce, I'll give you an ounce of silver, can I have $30 of gas? They won't take it. Okay. And then what's the value? Like, I just looked up, like, say, gold, a gram, all right, say $100. It's 87 or something like that, but say, okay, if I owed you $100, would you take a gram of gold? All right, but you can't eat it, you can't put it in the bank, and a lot of people won't take it. Same with your silver. Like I said, $30 an ounce. They're not going to accept it. So my advice is also, people were losing their homes or had to evacuate, then there was looting and everything else. Where do you store your stack? Okay. And then if you want to really get into it, the amount of gold 1 ounce of gold, it takes 87 ounces of silver for the same value. Where if you had 4 or 5 1-ounce bars, you put them in a little Ziploc bag and stick them in your pants pocket. That's an awful lot of money. You're not going to do that with the same amount of silver. Okay? So if you're storing it at home, even if you have a safe and everything, if your whole damn house goes away in a raging mudslide, that's another thing you gotta think about. Of course, then again, I guess the only thing you really should be worried about is if I'm going to be alive at the end of the day. So yeah, when the time comes, really, everyone says, well, I got junk silver to barter with and that. There was no bartering going on. People were actually looting and taking shit, so that's another thing you have to worry about. And then say you had to evacuate and leave all your stuff behind. So the argument is, in a way, gold, if you're looking at it just as a portable investment, not to turn it over, not to spend it, gold stacking would be the way to go. It's easy to transport a larger value of the metals with gold than with silver. Okay? And always, which I've done, and I didn't do it because of the disasters, I did it because of these computer glitches, and the same thing happens. You can't get into your bank account, they shut things down. The business computers shut down. So when you go into a business to use your card, there's no internet because of a computer glitch. The only thing they'll take is cash. So having cash on hand, okay, is a good idea. And then, looking at these disasters, of course, each one is different. Storing, another thing, storing your collection of metals if you're holding them. And then again, what you should hold on to, Gold for something to just pick up and get out with is the better metal to get. But yeah, that's my opinion of it. I know a lot of discussions come up of times of panic or crisis and that. And it kind of just, I see a lot of people pushing that, well, if you got these 1 gram bars, people will barter, or 10th ounce silver, or old dimes, old half dollars. I'm kind of looking at it that really isn't going to hold true. Because when I go to sell any of this, like I had like 10, 15 of these Philharmonics. People really don't know what the coin is. It is an ounce of silver. And unless you're dealing with someone who is a coin collector or who is really into trading and buying this stuff, the average person doesn't know what the hell this is. I mean, this bar, I know one guy's seen it, he really liked it. And it says on there, 5 ounces of silver, he just kind of liked it. And I told him, well, just give me what I paid for it. And then he's like, well, the price is fluctuating and this and that. I said, well, whatever. But, of course, then when you ask people, would you like to buy 10 grams of gold in this nice essay card, everyone's kind of, don't quite have $800 lying around in my pocket for a little bar of gold. Well, that's my thoughts on it. Oh, and another thing, I'll do it in another video about the fakes and that out there. I think I already put one out about a lot of the fake ads out there, but another warning on that. Alright, well, that's my thoughts on a disaster. It doesn't look good. Trying to protect your stack, transport your stack in a time of emergency, that's another thing. It makes you think twice about stuff. Alright, guys, hit the like button, subscribe, and stay tuned.